First off, I didn't expect there to be a One Piece chapter, so I focused most of my time on that. And to be honest with you, I didn't expect to make a review of Boruto this week because I wasn't expecting too much with the aftermath, given everything was about Sumire, obviously polishing things off after the whole thing with Nue and Boruto's taught no jutsu. But I was surprisingly wrong because the last few minutes we got in this episode was super informative of where the story heads next after this arc. So start off a conversation between Shikamaru, obviously Naruto, and Sai talking about what to do with obviously Sumire, even though she's a classmate of Boruto's, and Boruto's the one that actually taught her. Obviously, the attachment she got with Nue as well. But the whole episode, most of this episode, was about Sumire making that choice of what she needs to do. Does she want to transfer from the academy, or does she want to rejoin the class as a class rep? Everybody's cool with her rejoining, but obviously it takes most of the episode. So, and we see Boruto actually seeing if his eye will activate. Come to find out, it doesn't. And if you follow the spoilers, it's not. It's going to be sealed up for quite a while. So maybe until after Boruto the movies. And by the way, that is confirmed. It is happening in the anime. It's a rehash. If you saw the last few minutes of the episode, the two beings from obviously Kaguya's world. If you haven't watched the movie yet, you're not going to know what's going on. If you've watched the movie, you know what's going on and you know what's about to go down. I mean, obviously his eye won't activate, and of course, he thinks it's because of the ghost sightings. No, I think it's laying dormant for certain plot purposes. Maybe because of we won't see it again activated until with Kawaki. Maybe not. Another thing, Shino gives everybody a new squad of 3. We know who's going to end up with who now because obviously we get the new generation version, the next generation version, Ino, Shikacho. We've got Inojin, Chocho, and of course Shikadai, which we knew was going to happen because of Boruto the movie. And we know he's going to be a part of Team 7, even though Sarada isn't a part of it yet. I was obviously joining with Boruto because Mitsuki's like, yo, wherever you go, Boruto, I'm there. Creepy as a Orochimaru, but there you go. So that's turned itself out. And apparently Iwabe's teaming up with Denki, so that's an interesting pairing. And there's a rumor that they're going to be bunked from the academy after what we've got. I guess after the next few episodes, they're going to ask the Boruto for guidance because they've failed on 2 occasions and they may fail again. So we'll see where that goes. Plus, they're not in the manga, so that could be a way of getting them out of the picture. But that could mean Sumire, even though she had a bigger role than those two, she could be thrown out of the picture as well because now the whole thing has been resolved and she's not in the manga either. So that could be an instance. I felt kind of bad for Metal because he's not with anybody to join his team, but obviously he's too nervous. Actually, we get a practice matchup, I guess, with the academy. And we got Ina Shikacho versus obviously Team 7. Well, 2/3 of Team 7. You guys are smart enough to realize, yo, Metal Lee, you're really high up and people are watching you. Using his nervousness was against it. That's a disappointment. But then again, he is 10 son, so what can you expect? Quick thinking of Shikadai, because he obviously, first off, you have Inojin actually covering Mitsuki, and obviously his base scroll, obviously to gain the distraction, so Shikadai could actually come in. There's obviously Shadow Possession Jutsu. That was kind of cool. Even though Mitsuki actually spits a kunai from his mouth and catches Shikadai off guard, and then he brings down the whole, I guess, the scaffoldings around him, so he can serve as a distraction so Boruto can get to the flag. That was really good thinking. Shit, that Sarada's down. Actually, she gets knocked out pretty easily. Well, because it's Denki that gets knocked to the side, and Denki goes into and knocks into Sarada and knocks her off the scaffolding, so she's out as well. So that's disappointing. But obviously, we know Sarada's going to be a part of Team 7 as well, which is why the door is left open for now. And later down the road, actually, by episode 18, the title of the episode is Uchiha Sarada or Sara Uchiha. So we're probably going to dive into Naruto Gaiden at some point. Another thing that's clarified, even though this is an aftermath episode, we saw Sumire actually rejoin the class. There's obviously it took a moment to figure out what was going on. Maybe she's willing to transfer to another academy. Boruto overhears this, but it doesn't take long for Sumire to actually join up with them again. So that part's resolved. Then we go to outside the village where we see Sasuke for the first time in I don't know how long. I guess it's since the end of Naruto, but whatever. He actually meets up with Naruto as actually a shadow clone. He complains because he's too far out of the village. And Sasuke's like, yo, you got the scroll, you're late. and pulls out the scroll. Turns out the symbol that was on Sumire's back, planted by her father, was something that Danzo experimented, which happened to be Kaguya's hidden jutsu. Imagine that. So Sumire is as a plot point for a bigger obstacle later down the road, which happens to involve Boruto the movie. Looking aside, this band happens sooner or later. There were rumors that maybe there's going to be Boruto the movie like content coming up. Now we know what it is. It's going to be a rehash in the anime. I don't know when it's going to take place. It may take place after Naruto Gaiden. Just makes sense. Sasuke's like, yo, I got to go to that realm of where Kaguya Sasuke was from, which is going to lead into Kinshiki and obviously Momoshiki as well, because we know that's going to happen in the Boruto the movie. So that ties that up. We see Tsuki kind of acknowledge Niue has been sealed up, so the gate's been closed. He's still on the moon. He realizes it's going to be a bigger threat. Those gods are going to come, which referring to Momoshiki and obviously Kinshiki, members of Kaguya. So that's going to be most interesting, to say the least. I wonder how the anime is going to go about that, because there's certain things. Number one, obviously now Boruto's eye cannot activate. It's going to be the huge plot point, because obviously they're keeping that out for Boruto the movie, and we know and at some point we're going to get Naruto Gaiden. So I thought it was a pretty interesting episode. I didn't expect it to make a review about this, but there you go. So that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Like this review if you did. Appreciate that. Comment down below your thoughts about this episode. Subscribe to the channel for more Boruto. Catch you guys later. Bye.